Hey guys, happy July! So I wanted to come live here because I know many of you worked your butts off at the end of the month and might have fallen short of your goals. But I want to, there's Oliver. Everybody say hi, Ollie. Hi, Ollie. I wanted to share this with you and be real because you guys might think you're the only one who fell short of goals, or you failed, right? Or you're not successful because you didn't hit X, Y, and Z goal. Number one, take all that off of yourself, because no, you're not a failure. You don't suck. You're not cut out for this because you didn't hit your goals. It just means that there's something that you did or didn't do in your business last month, or a few months leading up to here, if you've been around longer, that isn't working for you, right? And you just have to have that self-check and realize, okay, this is what I did, this is what I didn't do, what can I do moving forward to help me get better results, right? Because just like we would tell our challengers that, hey, if you're not eating according to the nutrition plan, of course you're not going to get the best results, right? Same thing with our business. If you're not doing certain vital behaviors, right, consistently over time, then of course you're not going to get the right results. And I don't know if this video is choppy, but I feel like I'm in slow motion. Oh my god, this is so creepy. Anyways, I wrote down some notes as I was walking Oliver, just so that way I can wrap my head around all the things I want to say without missing a point, right? So last month, I earned over $1,000 less than what I earned in May. Let that sink in for you, right? So imagine if you went to work every single day, you showed up, and your boss is like, actually, I'm not going to pay you $1,000 this month. That would kind of suck, right? And it does. But I have to take responsibility on myself because, you know what, last month I didn't work as hard as I worked in May, right? I did not have as many conversations. I didn't invite as much. I wasn't as consistent with, all the things that I need to do. And that's on me. I'm taking full responsibility because I know that I did something differently than I should have done, right? So this month, moving forward, of course, I'm ready to fucking go balls to the wall, beat my best, and fucking crush it, because I don't want to have another month where I lose over $1,000, right? And I didn't help as many people as I could have helped because I decided to watch TV instead of doing my work. So think of this too. If every time I missed a goal and I took a step back or felt super defeated and I didn't push through those feelings, right, I wouldn't still be here today. I would have quit years ago. And if I would have quit years ago, a lot of you wouldn't even be here today. So imagine that. If you are feeling frustrated and oh, this sucks, I feel burned out because I tried so hard and I didn't get the results that I wanted, then you're leaving that opportunity out for someone else to join you, because you are not going to show up the way you should be showing up in your business this month and moving forward, right? Or anytime you hit a road bump here in this business, you take a step back. Okay, so this business is about failing forward, so learning from your mistakes. Okay, like I said, give yourself that self-check. And if you don't see anything that you might have did or didn't do in your business, or something you could have improved on, then ask somebody on the team, hey, can you look at my social media and tell me, is my messaging coming across authentic, real? Am I, having an impact? Am I being intentional? Ask people for help. We're all here to help one another. There's no reason why you can't reach out if you're feeling like you're doing all the things and you're not getting the results. Okay, next. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and it hasn't been working for you, then why are you still doing those same things? Reinvent yourself. Think of something. Do something different. Host a free group, or try doing a sneak peek call or a Snoop group for something that you are talking about and sharing about. Give people something of value so that way they want to work with you. That way you build that credibility and that trust, because if you're just constantly promoting for a challenge group and you're adding any value to someone's life, then why would they buy from you, right? Facts tell, but stories sell. So you need to be sharing your story, sharing your journey, adding value through what you've learned and what you've gone through, what you've experienced, for people to be able to connect with you and be able to and willing to want to work with you and want to pay you for your services. Because yes, we get paid for coaching and it's the most rewarding thing ever. But if you're not doing all those things leading up to that time when that person is really ready and believes that they can do this and believes that you can help them do this, then you're never going to see that next step, right? That next success. Okay. So if you're feeling burnt out, because I know many of you are, because you hustled your asses off these last few days of the month, number one, let's not do that. We have 31 days to hit our goals. So why wait till the last week or the last 2 weeks of the month to start talking about a challenge group, to start sharing about our journeys, start inviting, start telling people. Do the things consistently over time to see the results that you want to see. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. It's kind of weird. But if you're feeling burnt out, that's fine. I'm not telling you to keep doing this thing and resenting yourself or me for telling you to push through it. Take a day, take 2 days, do some self-care, unwind, whatever you need to do to get yourself back in the place of wanting to show up and finding the joy in the process and finding the joy in the work. Because it is work, right? And it's not always fun, but you have to remember why you started this, why you're doing this, and where you're going with this, right? Because if you have that long-term vision, it's going to help you push through the days that suck. Okay. And yes, if you totally check out, like you're just doing yourself a disservice and everyone who's watching you on your journey a disservice because they're going to be like, oh, I guess she quit. Well, never mind. I'm not going to follow her anymore because I don't, she's not showing up, right? That's like having a business. Like let's say you owned a nail salon and on the days you wake up tired or days you feel like, oh, you know what? I don't want to show up today. You leave your business sign closed. You don't open up shop, right? How do you expect to make money or make a difference if you're not opening up the doors to your business, right? If you're not coming on and being there, right? Then this will never work. Okay, next point. All right. So successful coaches, all the people you look up to, whether it's me or your sponsor coach or Christina Delgado or someone else in the network, Melanie Mitchell, whoever, they've all failed massively. So many times they've missed their goals. They've fallen short. They've made mistakes. But you know what? The difference is they never gave up. That's why they're still here and other people are not. They just refocused on their vision. They remembered why they're doing this, right? They were self-aware. They were willing to be coachable and make small adjustments on areas that they could have improved on, right? And they worked their asses off regardless of their setbacks because the comeback is always greater than the setback. I hope that message sinks in with you guys today. And we all have seasons where it's hard, right? Like everybody goes through shit. Life always happens. Life doesn't go on pause just because we decide to build a business and because we decide to do this coaching thing, right? Like there's always going to be stuff. The one time that I did miss Success Club and I had like a pretty consistent streak when I started this was when my grandfather died. It was November, 5 years, it's almost going to be 6 years coming, that I didn't hit Success Club. Like I took a step back from my business because I was going through family shit and it sucked. But you know what? The next month, I got right back into it. I could have let him passing away fully affected my everything, my whole life, right? But what would have that done? What, like paralyzing me because life happens, like that would have not done anything good in my life. So I realized, okay, I have a decision to make. Either I can feel sad, feel depressed, not want to do anything, right? Because I was obviously going through an emotional roller coaster with his passing. But you know what? I put my big girl pants on. I said, okay, I just got to do this, right? Like I'm helping people. It's bringing me joy into my life. It's keeping me accountable to my own journey. Why would I stop doing that? Because life happened. Okay, a few more things. And also, on that note, like think about people outside of Beachbody that are like incredibly successful. Let's say Oprah, for example. Have you guys ever heard Oprah's story? Like when she was a little girl, she was like sexually abused by a family member. She's gone through so much shit in her life. I don't know how old she is now, maybe like 50, 60, who knows. She looked great. But she grew up in a time where, colored people, they didn't have the same opportunities as everybody else. She was fired from her job. She had so many obstacles to overcome sorry, I'm just making sure I'm still alive. So many obstacles to overcome to get where she wanted to go. But did she let that stop her? No. She was like, fuck this, I'm going to show you, I'm going to prove you wrong that I can do this, and I'm going to build the fucking biggest empire ever in the world and be the most successful woman in the world. So regardless of all the shit she went through, she found fuel in that, and she let that drive her to achieve literally everything she ever wanted and more, right? And inspire everybody else to do the same. Okay, so it's funny because a little quote came up on my Facebook today because I have the newsfeed eradicator. If you don't have that, you need to download it right now. This kills your newsfeed so you can't scroll and can't waste time on social media. But what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of a difference you want to make. The quote's from Jane Goodall. So you get to decide, what difference will you make? Will you either make a difference this month? Will you make a difference 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, 10 years from now? I truly hope so. I would love for you to do that, and I'd love for you to prove to yourself what is possible. And regardless of the stuff that comes up in life, I want you to shine bright and shine with us to make it bigger and have more of an impact on this world. So like I said, we have 31 days to make a difference. Take intentional action every single day consistently to set yourself up for success. Because this business is a business of attrition. Meaning the work you put in now, you might not see success on it today or tomorrow or a month from now. It's going to build. So every single day we're planting those seeds, we're showing up, we're sharing our journey, we're inspiring people, we're adding value to people's lives. So that way when they are ready, they know where to find us. They know that we will be there. They won't look at our profile page and see that we haven't posted in 3 months. No, because we are going to be here. We're going to show up every single fucking day and do the work and make it happen and figure it out. And when times get rough, we're not going to just take a step back, because that's the easy way out, guys, right? And I know you guys all have big goals and big dreams with this. So you need to find the self-motivation to show up on the days you want to and the days you don't want to. So I hope you show up for yourself, for your goals, for your dreams, and for one another, right? Because we're in this together. And we're stronger when we do this together. So I love you. We have an awesome, important call tomorrow night. Be on it, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you are at work or at school, we'll have a recording for you. But if there is no other thing stopping you, no other obligation keeping you from being on this call, show up to the damn call. We have a good time. We share, we learn, we grow together. But if you aren't coming on and showing up for yourself, for your business, and for the team, then you can't expect the best results, right? So, all right, bye. Happy Sunday. Let's go kick some ass. How do I do this? Okay, end.